If you win £1 million,
$1,000,000.
what would you do with it?
Choose your next words wisely.
Where is that plan A?
I don't know. I don't know if I have an end goal.
Okay.
Really. I mean, like I said earlier, I think my end goal used to be like I'll have made it if I get to play a stadium gig or whatever. But I think now my goal and my like I've made it is that if I'm living day to day happily and I'm still enjoying what I'm doing, and I am. And although it'd be really good to be like that one step just a little bit further with my music, in that if I announced ticket sales tomorrow that they all sell out straight away, like that would be obviously everyone's dream. But I'm not gonna bring myself down if that doesn't happen. You know, I'm still totally happy in where I am and what I'm doing, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have necessarily an end goal. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing for as long as I can. And if I can still keep myself alive and still keep paying bills doing something I enjoy, then that's like the ultimate win.
You know, with the social media and exposing ourselves on social platforms, people have different perception and judgment of us, right? How do you want to be perceived as?
The people who are less materialistic and more go out and live are just what I'm naturally drawn to in terms of like personality traits.
Okay.
And so I think if I can be that person for other people, I'd be really happy with that. Like I was really lucky to grow up with an amazing auntie, and my auntie spent like a lot of her life traveling the world and working as a nurse in like outback of Australia and Africa and things like that. She just spent her whole life traveling and helping people, and she had the most amazing stories to tell. And I lived with her for a little while when I was in my 20s. And we used to share a bedroom, and whenever we'd go to sleep, she'd tell me all these stories of things that she'd done when she was in Africa or Argentina or whatever, like all these amazing places. And I always wished that when I was her age, I would be that person for the younger people in my family. You know, I wanted to be that role model and that I don't know, that icon, you know. It's just, but she was just herself. She was never anyone but, like, she didn't put on a show or brag about what she'd done. She was just like, this is how my life has panned out, and this is the wisdom I've learned along the way. And I think I've always just been very inspired by that, and something very wholesome. And like, if I can learn things about culture or about music or about just people's behaviours or places, whatever, and then I can share that wisdom in a way that doesn't belittle people but makes them feel inspired to go and do it themselves, then ultimate achievement, you know? Like, if you can make people decide themselves that they want to go and live their lives to the fullest, then that's the best thing.
If you win £1 million today, what would you do with it? £1 million.
For real?
Use it wisely.
I'd probably buy a house in the country.
Okay.
Or maybe just a little bit in the country, because I think I'd feel too alone if I was away from everyone.
Sure. Whatever you need.
Okay.
With a little recording studio inside it. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
How much did we spend so far on the house then? You want to make sure?
I don't want to know.
We're not spending the whole million on the house.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the problem is I'm so creative that like once I've finished decorating one room, the next room needs to be done, and then I'm back to the next room, the first room again, because I'm bored of that one and want to redecorate it again.
A private jet.
You spend your life traveling. Okay. I don't know. The problem is nowadays £1 million really doesn't go all that far, and especially when you've got a big family.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
£1 million is gonna go like this before you know it. Sam, if you weren't a musician, who would you be?
But think I'd still be creative somewhat. Good question. Something, I'd be designing something.
Okay. Designing something.
So
Okay.
some kind of designer of sorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you look after your mental and physical body?
Not a lot, in all fairness. I should
Okay.
do more.
Okay.
I have a very unstable relationship with meditation and yoga.
Okay.
Just feel the stress melting away.
How unstable are we talking about?
In
What?
that, I get into a routine where I'm like, right, every day,
I'm gonna do this for me.
I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do yoga for half an hour every morning.
Okay.
I'm going to really enjoy it. And I do it for maybe a month, 2 months, and then I just get out of the habit of it, and then I don't do it for another few months, and then I'm like, no, I need to do it again. I can't do this no more! And then I get into the routine of it again. And I just can't keep the routine of making sure that I do it. I mean, I enjoy doing it. But no, I admittedly, I don't do a great deal in terms of physical stuff. But I say that, but then, like, I'm always heaving PA systems round and things like that. So as a person, I am quite active.
Yeah.
And I go out walking quite a lot and that kind of thing. But I don't...
Walking is a kind of exercise for itself.
Yeah, it is. And I enjoy doing that. And so that's something that I'm keeping fit and I'm enjoying it. I like giving myself challenges.
Yeah, I know.
When I go travelling and stuff like that, I do a lot of walking there, and I did Kilimanjaro a couple of years ago, or last year it was. And so I did a lot of training for that and stuff. So I'm like active in bursts.
Whatever activity that you do and whatever exercise, whatever form of exercise that you do, it's suitable for your lifestyle and you're happy with it and you enjoy doing it.
I'm not a kind of person who could just maybe sit and not do anything. I couldn't. I'd have to. I get antsy, you know. I'd have to be moving, but then I don't.
That's good.
Do a lot. I think I just probably do stuff naturally, like walking and things like that.
So if you want to make a prediction about future of music,
okay.
In what form and shape we're gonna listen to music?
Yeah, I mean, well, do you know what I read recently? Like, I don't know if this is true or what.
It's true.
About getting the
Those
implants
chips,
of
so you can pee with it.
It's a bit scary, but like maybe in the future, could you get like something here and you can just go.
Elon Musk is already working on it.
Oh, really?
Implanting a chip
Whoa.
behind your ear. Have you seen it?
No.
There is. Google it. It goes here behind your ears.
Wow.
So I don't know how does it work. I don't want to try it.
Come on, man.
as fancy as brilliant it seems like, but I don't really want to try. And don't really understand why people want to put a chip in their body. I do understand the convenience of it, but how hard is it?
It's difficult.
I know.
There's like a tracker in your body now.
Yeah,
literally.
It's weird, isn't it? It is weird.
I don't want to do it. If it suits you, by any means, go and do it. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna do it.
It's a strange. I think we're probably, I think, the last generation that's really seen such an uprising in technology, because we've probably gone from like when we'd go outside and ride bikes for fun to now having computers and now having the internet, and you know, even if we progress from here onwards, you know, we already have VR, we already have AI and stuff, so that I don't think the future really is going to have as big a change as what we've seen in our lifetime. We've gone from no technology to technology in the highest degree. Yeah, you know.
I agree. I would assume that the previous generation and the generation before would look at it in the same way, and they would look at us and they would say, oh, we had more fun.
We sure did.
Because we've been doing this in these ways.
Yeah.
And we were saying like we had more fun, and the next generation is not going to have fun, but they're going to have the same thing. And I think it carries on. But have you seen what's going on with AI and everything? Obviously, you have heard of ChatGPT.
What is it?
It's basically like Google, right? But you go there and it gives you proper answer. So when you search on Google right now, for example...
I think my partner showed me this actually. Yeah. And it was like a full conversation and like it wrote a script and everything.
Yeah. It can write you a book.
That's
you can give it like a paragraph description of like, write down a book about Sam Lyon, who does podcasts, who writes music and stuff like that. Give it a paragraph and it's gonna write a whole book.
It's crazy.
It's absolutely crazy.
Is it going to get to a point where people are going to choose AI over like people. But then I think you also have the fear going forward of people aren't going to know what's real and what's not. And it almost becomes a bit of, George Orwell's 1974, where like what's true and what isn't true.
Oh,
and
really?
what's been manipulated and what hasn't, like what's been erased.
I've seen this AI, you sing the song and you choose the artist, Kanye West, whatever, and it transforms those words with Kanye tonality. So it's like Kanye singing that song that you just sang a second ago
Wow.
in that recording. So with that, and having a technology that there is another AI that you can put a face and give it like a script that can say whatever
and it'll
you
look like the person saying. Yeah, it is.
It can be anyone out in the world. You can choose
scary.
any celebrities' pictures there and they sing. So how can you distinguish, as you said, what's real and what's not real?
Oh, no.
Exactly, and that's also kind of why I think I'm a bit like, do I really want to be that big star anymore in the future? Because you're so vulnerable to all of these things. I don't know.
Course.
Yeah.
Sam Lyon, if you want to promise yourself 3 things that you want to do when you walk out of here.
I'd like to keep pushing myself. I'm going to promise to keep pushing myself. To always just do one step better than I did last time. So I think like with this new album, I think I don't just want to just release it and show people. I want to put on a show. I want to make it memorable. What else do I promise? I promise I think to keep doing things the way I want to do them, and maybe not necessarily following commercial trends or following what other artists are doing, just doing what the reason I started doing music in the first place is like, writing to express me.
I think it's very important to understand being authentic is very important, but it takes time to say this is me, because it's so much easier, as you said, to hop on the trends and just be somebody else that you're not because it's trendier. So what? Or it gets you somewhere easier. It's a lot harder to be authentic.
Really?
In the long run, it's gonna pay off.
Yeah.
But you have to stick to it for a very long time. Sorry, you were saying?
Totally. Ultimately, as cheesy as it sounds, just keep enjoying it. And if you don't enjoy it, then change how you're doing it.
3 things that you're grateful for.
I'm very grateful for the people who support my music, who not only have, who like a social media post, but the people who buy things and the people who come to gigs, the people who leave their house to come and support me. Like, I'll never not be grateful.
Being your fan.
That's a huge thing.
Absolutely.
Huge thing.
It's more than getting all those likes and comments and stuff. Absolutely.
That massively. What else am I grateful? I'm grateful, I think, just for people having faith in me from a young age, or an age where like my music wasn't as developed as it is now, or they took a leap of faith to go, okay, look, I can see potential there. We're gonna get involved. Like the people who recorded me when I was a teenager or whatever, and allowed me that opportunity. You don't turn away a school kid because it's going to be really naff or whatever.
Sure.
So just the opportunities that I've had, I'm very, very grateful for, and I think ultimately I'm really grateful for my own sense of drive and motivation.
I want to thank me.
Because I think if I wasn't as productive as I am, I think I probably wouldn't have made it as far as I have done. And I do like that I have that ability to push myself out of my comfort zone.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, my partner always laughs at me because he says he gave me a life motto recently when I did Kilimanjaro. He put it on a t-shirt.
Okay.
It's crying my way to victory.
Oh, it's really hard.
Because I'll always achieve something, but I might cry on the way.
But that's true though. You know, because like achieving something at sometimes because
It's not
it
always easy.
because it requires consistency.
Yeah.
A lot of the times it can be consist of crying
Yeah.
because there's a lot of pressure involved, there's a
Yeah.
lot of stress involved,
Not for me.
Yeah.
and it becomes uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But
But working through that is what
that's
gets
it.
you.
What gives you the reward after?
Yeah.
Right? That's it. Sam, Lyon, last words.
I think the biggest thing, just thank you for letting me do this in the first place. I could still be in my bedroom writing songs that no one would ever hear.
Mm-hmm.
But instead I've had people who want to hear and who persistently want to hear things in the future and are willing to support me in order to allow me to keep making music to go out to the world. And no words can say thank you enough for the opportunity to be able to do that with your life. And then any other musicians that are out there who maybe they haven't quite taken the steps yet to make it, or maybe they're on their way, or they were just wondering what to do next, and just keep doing it. I think just don't necessarily focus on what's going on around you, just keep doing what feels right for you. And if you want to make it, then push yourself to make it. Like, it's not going to be easy, like we've just said.
Absolutely.
But push yourself out of your comfort zone. Going out of your comfort zone is a big thing and will get you way further than you give yourself credit for.
Sure.
So
Everybody, Sam Lyon, thanks very much for being on the podcast. Guys, I'm going to put all the links to her social media and all her content. As I told you before, she's got a podcast going on. Make sure you go click on the links down below. Go listen to her podcast. She's doing some amazing stuff. And tell us one last thing. When is the album is coming out? Can you promise? Can you promise something?
Not yet. I'll tell you when.
Not yet. So
Okay, not yet.
I've had the final mixes back.
Okay.
With like 1 or 2 tweaks. So as soon as that's ready, then
Okay.
there might be another single, and then
Okay.
the album.
Great. So keep checking her socials. There will be a single coming out soon, and then an album after it. It was such a pleasure to have you on the podcast. Thanks very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.